You see, most times people think that the cure for poverty, the cure for lacks and want is religion. Or let me put it as knowing God. And please don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you shouldn't know God. Okay? Now, does God want you to be lazy? That's another question. Does God want you to just sit down and fold your hands? In the Holy Script, it was written, say, a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands, so shall thy poverty knock on thy door. If you look at the account of Genesis, of the creation, you see how God was busy on day 1, 2, 3 to day 6. God was busy. It was on the seventh day he rested. So if you believe that knowing God is a remedy or the solution for poverty, then you're wrong. If you believe in God and you're not doing anything, there is nothing for God to bless in your hands. So it means you must find something doing. Let's take away this mentality that when you serve God, all you're doing is to just make sure that you go to church or mosques and pray religiously, and the poverty would miss your address. I mean, no, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. God is not a magician. Let's not reduce God to a magician, where we expect things to happen, in a twinkle of an eye. We expect things to happen just like that. God does not operate that way. God wants you to also do something. It is through what you're doing and believing that He can bless you through what you're doing that God multiplies you. And this does not also mean that because God blesses you, poverty will be out of your life. Some of us are bad with managing resources. So if you mismanage any resources that God gives to you, then God is not the author of your poverty. So you sponsored your poverty yourself. So let's stop putting what we're supposed to do and clinging it on God. God is not going to come down to teach you how to save your money, how to invest your money. But you can ask God for direction on which particular investment to do. This is how God operates. Because most of us are just too religious. We do not understand God. We do not sit down with God. We do not have quiet time to understand the person of God. So we believe that once we go to church, come back, go to church 7 times or 5 times a day, go to prayers 7 times a day, then that solves all the problems in our lives. No, it doesn't. You must work to eat. You must work to have money. You must save for the rainy day. If you don't save for the rainy day, whatever you have will finish. And God is not to be blamed for that. So the essence or the key point here is to do what we are expected to do. Plan, save, invest, be financially literate. God is not the author of your poverty. Neither is He going to help you to solve the problem of poverty unless you take a decisive action, unless you take a decisive step. God is not going to come down and just take away your poverty. You must have something doing. Have something doing. No one is saying you must have, a white collar job or whatever. Have something doing. Whatever little it is, then you ask God to help multiply. And that's when God comes in. When He has seen your hard work, He has seen your diligence, He has seen your commitment and persistence, then He steps in to help you. But you must be financially literate. Like I said, and I'm still reiterating this point, you must be financially literate. God can bless you with 5 million on that particular thing you're doing. If you're not financially literate, you will lose all the money. I'll see you in my next video.